Hello, babies, and welcome. We're going to be doing the astrology reading. This is going to be for the week of June 8th through the 14th. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, babes, I love and appreciate each of you. Some messages before we began. Just looking at this week, the moon is in Pisces and it is the fourth quarter moon. Getting into those closures. Some of these are going to be emotionally rough. Feeling ungrounded in a chaotic time. Shit burning down around you. We've got a closeout for Cancer for some. This shit is going to resolve itself. We've got major breakthroughs in confusion states. Fixed mindsets causing problems for some. Alright, I'm going to move these a little bit. The astrological cards that came out. We had Eris upside down. Named for the Greek goddess of chaos, this asteroid's energy is associated with disruption, loss, and catastrophic events. In order to fully understand Eris's chaotic lesson, take a peek at the planets she's connecting to and what house she sits in. Do not despair when she shows up in your chart. She may be drawing attention to injustices and imbalances in your life and helping you learn to stand up for yourself. Again, this being upside down, maybe we're just struggling to stand in our strength when this is happening, to stand up for ourselves and what we need during this time. Again, endings, new begins. We got fire and fix. Stand in your strength as much as you can. For fire, looking at Aries, Leo, and Sag. Passionate, zestful, express themselves with motivation and determination, and sometimes through sheer force. You may need to grab the extinguisher if things get heated with a fire sign, as their impulsive actions may lead to some real destruction. But even if they are quick to argue, they are also the first to forgive and will step up for the underdog in a fight. They are so extremely loyal and generous. Their smoldering sensuality is ultra passionate, making them among the sexiest signs in the zodiac. Some of these conversations might get heated. Some of you guys might do better at extinguishing confrontation than you think you will. Fixed. Taurus, Leo, Scorpion, and Aquarius are defined as having the fixed qualities within the zodiac. These signs are stubborn and will not give up in a fight. Do not cross a fixed sign. They do not often forget someone who has done them wrong. They are dedicated and loyal to their loved ones and fiercely protective. For some of you, loyalty to self. Like when you stand up for yourself in a fight, you're allowed to have loyalty to self, and you should. You're not asking too much in this situation. They experience some of the deepest and most long-lasting relationships of all time. Fixed signs with a strong presence are hard to forget. Alright, we've got Neptune. And confusion, a lot of you coming through. Neptune represents inspiration, dreams, and illusions. Dreams can become reality when Neptune is present. For some of you, your dreams can't though. You're trying to make something happen with two energies that are never going to be able to make this dream a reality. Right? Others of you, you're just confused about how to even handle the situation. You figure it out, but you really don't know how to handle it at first. Dreams can become reality when Neptune is present, but only if we are honest with ourselves. Neptune can lead us to delude ourselves, and if our goals are not reasonable or clear, we may stumble or falter while trying to transform our ideas into transform ideas into reality. Neptune is also associated with escapism, drugs, and alcohol, and with tunnel vision or delusion when it comes to matters of love. Neptune changes signs approximately every 14 years. For some of you, this is a long committed relationship coming to an end, but it was never going to be able to be what you wanted it to be. And maybe you lie to yourself about what it could be. But, I mean, you gotta face reality. All right, pre-shuffled stones. We've got, actually, I'll just flip them like that. Blue lace agate, peace of mind, free expression, encourages expression of spiritual truth, purifies and stabilizes the aura. Then we got lepidolite, overcoming dependency, stress reduction, facilitates spiritual journeying, aids access to the Akashic record. Can help with integration too. Amber, balance and renewal, stabilizing influence, encourages self-expression, enhances decision-making, promotes trust, cleanses and seals the aura and chakras. This is also good for past life stuff. We've got black tourmaline, protection and defense. A bunch of addicts going down. This is a powerful shield, protects the soul, connects the devic energies in the planet, instills self-confidence, boosts positivity, and inspires compassion and tolerance. This might be good if you have to deal with an argument. You know, might help you on that day specifically. And then I've got blue kyanite, deep meditative states, ultimate healing, promotes logical thought and overcomes fears. For some of you, you have a logical way of handling the situation, and if you listen to a different way, it's going to go better. Alright, we're going to read into the energies of this week ahead. Alright, we've got Monday and Tuesday are bursting with generous, loving vibes, making them perfect for team projects at the office or after hours dating. In fact, Tuesday is one of the best date nights of the year, when it will be easy to be yourself in front of your partner and let them know how you really feel. For some of you, it's that day where it's kind of like breaks through the confusion. You try and show yourself in some kind of authentic way, and then like they try and cut you down, and it's just the truth of the situation. You know what I mean? It is such an auspicious time for true love that you may want to take a major leap by proposing marriage or asking to move in together. It could be difficult to stay intellectually focused at work on Wednesday, especially if you have chatty coworkers distracting you from your tasks. Thankfully, intellectual rigor returns by Friday, when you'll be able to breeze through your work, finishing everything in time for the weekend. For some of you guys are just dealing with cosmic weather, but like I said, I mean, you'll be through it. It gets fixed out. You may want to avoid dating or tackling sensitive subjects with family on Thursday, as emotions could easily be hurt and game playing abounds. Weekend outlook. Venus enters glamorous Leo on Saturday. Taking pride in self-love. Taking pride in what pleasures you. Letting these be things that you love about yourself. Embrace about these. And have confidence in that. You know what I mean? Maybe even speaking about it. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want for this weekend. You know what I mean? Making this an excellent period to revamp your look. Try out a new makeup tutorial or go shopping for on-trend clothes. It's also an inspired time to go to a museum, work on a creative project, or attend an arts course. Sunday's bustling new moon is a great day to tackle tasks and get caught up on errands. Tips for a 5-star weekend. Put on your rose-colored glasses early in the week before romance takes a darker tone on Thursday. For some of you, you can finally take those lenses off. You know what I mean? And that's the point. Like, even if you put on these rose glasses, you know, could it ever be the rose glasses? Without the rose glasses, does it ever look anything even near what you want it to look like? You know? So there's like a healthy closure that can happen this week for a lot of you. Nine of Cups on the bottom. Yeah, those romantic gestures, gestures of love. For some of you, see how you're received. Yeah, I've got you nervous about the idea of it. Four of Pentacles. See how you're received in like a negligee or something. Like, you know what I mean? Do you feel confident to strut around like in your birthday suit? Do you feel confident enough to strut around in like, you know, bra and underwear where you're like, you know, trying to feel a different vibe? You know, do you feel confident in how you look? And if so, you know, or not, why not? You know? Because in a healthy partnership, you know, they should embrace and receive that energy in a healthy way, not make you question whether you should even do that in the first place. Alright, we've got Seven of Swords and Knight of Cups. Yeah. Oof. Somebody just not as emotionally mature as they need to be. For some of you, like I said, this is the end. How they respond to this is just, you're not confused anymore. You want more out of a relationship. You know what I mean? You're not confused no more. Others of you, you get clarity. This person may have been betraying you in some way. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Yeah, some of you guys want to have a conversation. Like, why isn't this growing more? Why isn't this going anywhere? Others of you, I mean, you're dealing with reality, right? And it's met with an argument. This isn't growing. You're not growing, right? Maybe this is as grown as it can get. Maybe we can't make any more together. The Magician. I've got you guys choosing to create on your own. For some of you, you have this conversation in the beginning of the week, you know, and by the end of the weekend, you see what you guys can clearly create together. So then in the next week is really where you're at this, like, needs to end. You know what I mean? And for some of you, it's the sexual chemistry. Are you settling for less in the bedroom? You know what I mean? And you try and bring that fire, and they just like, wait, fire? I mean, are you fulfilled? The Star. Or are you fulfilling yourself? Like, if you have to finish yourself off more than they finish you off, something's wrong here, right? You know, can we water into this more? Can it heal? Can it grow more? Is there a next level that it can be? Is this the type of love that I'm wishing for? Or not? For some of you, like, are they really healing or not? If you started this journey together a year ago, like, yeah, we're both going to try and heal. How much have you grown and healed? How much have they grown and healed? Do they even plan on trying? Ace of Pentacles. Ay. I just have a conversation taking place where it's like, I want to grow something new and on my own. Like, my new beginning does not include you. Right? I don't want to plant a new seed with you. I don't want to try and create a seed with you. For some of you, like, your aversion to even having offspring with this thing should be a sign. Yeah, death. Right? You don't even want to have babies with it. How are you planning, like, in your future that you wanted had what? Babies in it. So do you think you should be trying a long-term couple with it? Knight of Pentacles, yeah. There's a reason that you're guarded about trying to proceed with this energy. And there's another reason that this energy is taking forever to grow. Or you gave it so much time to see if it would grow and it ain't gonna. Others of you, there's some kind of chaotic event and you get clarity on how to bring healing to this in some way. You might be nervous about having to stand confidently in a conversation where, you know, things can go bad, but you get it and you're going to be okay with it. right? You're not going to be given a task you can't handle. It's just how well do you handle it. Two of Swords. Yeah. Getting past the confusion. Clearly understanding what's being said, what's truth and what's not truth. And then, I mean, even if they were working on it, say their truth was, I was trying to do the shadow work. How much are they trying? And then how much are they even able to grow? Right? Did you put even a realistic expectation on this? Right? When you imagined it doing the shadow work and growing up, was it ever even capable of being on your level or being on the level that you wanted it to grow to? The Lovers. Yeah. For something it's not. You know what I mean? It's never going to be on that level. Others of you, I mean, it's just not strong enough. It cannot support you. Right? You want something that can be a rock when you need a rock too. Not that you can't be the rock, but the point of coupling is, yeah, you know, I agree to that. Not that I want to carry you through your fucking life, but if you have a really bad day or something, you know, really awful happens, I can be that rock for you, you know? Where we're putting our commitments and why we're putting them there. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, like, you know, this pot of gold that you're trying to create, that you're trying to find, it ain't in the energy that's around you. Right? This energy won't even embrace you being you. This energy can't even handle you being all of you, right? And you're not too much, right? Your composition is just right. It's just not right for this energy, right? And you could get to something that could handle you in the ways that you need handled. Why are you settling for less? And for some people, that's the reason they stray. You're too much, and the other weaker energies that they entertain make them feel stronger. And it's just like, you know, it's a toxic relationship. It needs to change, right? Not saying there isn't any love there for each other, but is this really what we're looking for? Is this really what it should be? You know, some of you guys are going to end in friendship. I got Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, and Strength. Yeah, you've got a new beginning. It's just this cannot emotionally grow. Five of Wands, Two of Cups. There's a lot of conflict around this relationship. And it's just because, you know, for some of you, it was just never supposed to be. And when you try and force something that shouldn't be there, it goes toxic. Right? And then you start dying from it. Breaking cycles or curses. Whatever you're getting clarity on, you know. Right. Just try and stay as guided as you can. Soul Tribe. Yeah. You guys are shifting. For some of you, you know, you try to make some kind of energy a family member. And it's not supposed to be. Others of you, there's a fight in your tribe that breaks out. And you're the one that brings peace to it. You're strong enough to handle your commitment. Meditate. Clarity on what to do. Some of you guys are going to have to add more of these in for that week. Dark magic or spells being done. For the majority of this, you know, I have it being the lies, you know, that we want to tell ourselves, or maybe that were said that we wanted to believe from another. The delusional states that we maybe painted on ourselves that we weren't willing to accept. Virgo, the perfections of ourselves that we're going to get back to loving. Um, really embracing that part of ourselves is being asked. And it's a test for your counterpart, and it'll help you get through that confusion. Like, be you fully and see how they react to that. Do they tell you to silence it, shush it, you're too much, things like that? Do they tell you that you're not enough? Like, we've got new relationship or love. This is definitely big for closures. And we're not saying it's in Cancer season. Because a lot of you guys, you know, Cancer season isn't when you're going to be pursuing love, right? But heading into like Leo, Virgo, farther into the year or next year. Because for some of you, you got a solo path for a minute. Breaking cycles or curses, right? Some of this has to do with pride within self. Others just, you know, how we viewed this situation. How we viewed what it could become, right? Lies we told ourselves. Lies we believed. Libra. Justice and balance. Being at peace at this ending, though. Not saying that how this ending comes about is the most peaceful way. But there's definitely peace at the ending. I mean, and what are you doing? You're just living and learning. What's the worst thing you did here? You tried to love. You tried to keep fueling a love that couldn't grow into what you wanted it to grow into. Creatures of comfort for some of you, yeah. Because for some of you, you found enough pleasure in this relationship that was like, I'll stay. And something that's not good for me out of a certain amount of what? And then it's like, what will I tolerate and let kill me? Because relationships can do that. For some of you, this might be work related. Throat chakra. Truths revealed. Speaking it. Others of you knowing what to speak. Right? Speaking with honesty. Speaking in different ways. Maybe we've been practicing this and it's like, time to show your skills off. Capricorn, yeah, hard work paying off here. You know? Others of you, you learning lessons. Some of you, you know, do they actually do hard work or do they just claim to do hard work? Is it like pulling teeth and twisting arms trying to get somebody to be their best self? Don't you got enough shit to worry about? Raising, can you even raise it? Okay, now let's just be honest. Do you really want to be with something where you have to kick its ass the entire time? Right? Or do you want something that can kick its own ass when needed? Broken cycle or curse. You haven't passed it. You haven't passed it. Yay for y'all. I'm so happy for y'all. Because for some of you, I mean, you've been hanging all this shit for a while. Accountability. Do they lack it? Others of us, for some, we're so much farther along in our healing. And then, especially with how this week goes, it's just not as hard to hold ourselves accountable for the situation that we're at and how we got there. It's not so hard to say, I was wrong picking this. You know what I mean? It might have been, though, for a minute. Third eye chakra, ground yourself, baby birth or beginning. Some of you guys not getting the clearest visions on the future. And it's because you're supposed to be clearly seeing the situation. Others of you understanding differences in visions, conjurings and things like that. Picking denial don't help you. For some of you, got an entity around you that just lies to itself too much. It pretends. It's honestly lied to itself where it doesn't see itself as the asshat that it is. Like, it thinks it's more than an asshat, and it's not. Family, triumph, and calm. Listen, you and your babies are going to be fine through that. Applies to others of you. I mean, meditation helps you clearly see what do you actually view as a family. Like the dynamics of it. Others of you, who do you want in it? Right? Some guys pick a betrayer. Someone who's like a Judas. And we're just trying to sabotage you to make you less. They have control issues. Like, very controlling. Yeah, your fucking freedom. Others of you, you walk away from this and you receive something better later on down the road. But you gotta be willing to walk away from some shit. Ew. Someone tries to like send shit to you telepathically. Someone thinks they can spy on you and they can't. Someone thinks they can connect to your energy and they can't. They try and send themselves to you in gross ways. So you guys have a stalker. Robbery, yeah. For some of you, be careful. This energy around you might steal from you. You've been forewarned. They might blame it on somebody else, like your kids, another family member. They're also trying to do it as a way to separate yourself from your family. So you have trust issues and you rely on them more to try and manipulate you further. We have loss. Yeah, it's time for a goodbye. Others of you, I mean, this is some kind of like grief bond. There's some kind of codependent bond that you formed with something from the state that you were at when you ended up in the relationship with it. And you guys aren't what you were back then or in those states that you were in. But, the relationship needs to end. It's not healthy for you anymore. Sweet dreams. Yeah. Honestly, dreaming about a future without them makes you feel better in the long run. And the sad part is, do that. Seriously. Think of a life that you could create without them, right? And you're going to be like, I want to pursue that, right? I want to pursue the life away from them because that seems a lot better. That I could have something that could grow in different ways with something else. This thing ain't going to grow like that. Yeah. This thing ain't going to grow like that. This commitment keeps you stuck, trapped, like fighting the whole time. Growth is a fight. They're going to betray you to keep you stuck, to try and control you. Surprised there ain't like some puppet with cords card flying the fuck out. I think that's in the other deck. Memories. Some of you guys have like somebody from school that's going to reach out to you after your breakup. And it's like, don't entertain that. It's creepy. Origin. Yeah, you got a new beginning to see. Like I said, you don't want to see this with them. Just because, you've seen the shit you can try and grow with that ass. Like, it is just not going to grow. Like, or is it what? It's going to take forever to grow and it's uphill. Some of you guys got to remember, lower frequency things often have a lot of bad karma. And if you couple to them, your life is stuck by their karma too. Right? So, if they betraying everybody, if they steal from everybody, they keep getting, bad karma, and then your life is severely affected by it. Yeah, death. It's time for this to end. Right? Time for it to end. Because it's just, you can do so much better without it. Imagination, understanding differences in that, and then luck. But that's what I'm saying. And marriage, yeah. Listen, you guys might be reserved just because, you know, what you kind of built in the physical together. But honestly, if you can imagine a life outside of this one, you're like, that's the one I want. Right? Like a real fucking relationship. It's not this. Right? Right? This is not it. Alright, I hope that this helped you in some way or fashion. Good luck this week. Remember, it all works out for the best. Just try to stick with the light and receive as much information as you can, especially during the confusion. Alright, I love you guys. Bye.